Today we are going to see how to store the data into the Elasticsearch database and how to retrieve the data from the Elasticsearch database. So before that, like in a traditional database, like in a MySQL database, how the data is being stored. In the MySQL database, we are storing the data in the form of tables. In a table, we create or we store the once we create the table, we store the data in the form of rows and columns. So here the rows, these are the rows which is representing, and these are the column IDs or the column names. So here I have a table which is representing some information about a student. On the row 1, the John, and the class belongs to the 4th, and he has a marks of 75. Similarly, in the Elasticsearch, if you want to create some data, we need to have an index. How we have a table here, the similar way we have an index. Inside the index, the data is stored in the form of documents. The data is stored in the form of documents, and these is stored in the form of a JSON format. The data is stored in the form of a JSON format. So in today's session or in today's lab, we are going to see how to go and create an index and how to store some documents into this particular index. So in order to achieve that, so the Elasticsearch uses a REST APIs. So here it is using certain set of calls like a get call to get the data, and to put and post calls to put the data, and delete for deleting the data. And we are going to see in a separate video what is the difference, exact difference between post and put in a separate video. But in today's session or in today's video, we will be concentrating on how to create this index. In order to create the index, we are using the curl command and followed by put, and we are using our username and password, and followed by our the Elasticsearch certificates location, and followed by your Elasticsearch IP address and whatever the index you want to put. So in today's demo, we are going to create a student index, and in that index we are trying to create two documents, one document and two document. The same way here I am trying to put two documents of into that particular index. And also we will try to see how to retrieve that particular data from that particular index. Also we will be seeing it. So I'm moving to back to my machine. So in your machine, we have been already configured our Elasticsearch. We can verify the health of our Elasticsearch with the help of this particular command like cluster health. So whenever we run the command like cluster underscore health and question pretty, it is going to give you your cluster health. Right now my cluster is not green, but it is yellow, so it's getting active. So it has some issues like whenever it is red we need to worry, but like it's yellow we need not to worry about it. And we will be talking about each and every attribute in the other video, but right now our major agenda was to create the index. So in order to list the index in your machine, current machine, what are the indexes which are available, we can execute a command here with the last of cat underscore indexes. So it is going to give me the list of indexes which are available in my machine. In my machine, there are predefined indexes because like I have installed a file bit and these indexes are available. But like as for our requirement, we want to create our own index, which is of a student index. So in order to achieve that, so let us go and try to create the student index. So let's get the command here. The same curl commands we can be using it here. We can type it, or I'm just copying and pasting it here. So the same curl command, and this curl commands are available in my Git repository, and I am provided my Git repository URL in my video description as well. So here I want to create an index, called it as student. So this is going to create an index for me. Let's see that. And whenever you execute any command, curl command, when you see an acknowledgement true, that means the command has been executed successfully. And you can see like the index has been created or not. Like we can verify with the same previous command to list the indexes. Here you can see here in this particular one, we can see whether the index has been created with the name called it as a student or not. We can see here the student index has been created, and right now it doesn't have any documents in it. it doesn't have any documents in it. Let's try to insert the documents inside this particular index. So I'm just clearing the screen and I'm just coming here and we'll try to insert a document into this particular index. So the same command which was there in my screen, I'm just copying that command here and I'm trying to create an index inside the index, call it as a student. Inside the index, call it as a student. I just want to put this document. The document name is like, I want to, instead of here, there was some other name. Let me edit that. And in this document, as I said, the document one, in the document one, I want to have a content type. In the Elasticsearch uses that of JSON data. And here in the JSON data, I am representing the name as Sai and the title as a leader. So this is a simple document which I want to put it into this particular index. I just executed this command and we can see here the total created two and successful one. So that means the document has been created here. And similarly, I just want to insert another document into this particular index. Let us try to add a second document as we have been talking. So two, and the name, I want to replace the name with John. I just want to replace the name with John. I have just inserted a second document here. And now we can go and pull the indexes as we have been executing earlier. And we can see here the student index, which has the documents. It will be showing you the number of documents which are available here also. On this particular one, the documents count, it represents the documents count. So that also we can see here. Total two, we have two documents here. Yep. So we are going to see like how to access these documents. So now we have so far executed and created an index, and we have also tried to go and retrieve the documents, how to retrieve the documents from the index. So now if you want to retrieve the document from the index, we can execute the same curl command in order to retrieve the documents. So I'm just copying the command and pasting it here. Instead of index name as college, I am just using the index name as student. And the IP address of this machine is 230. Just replacing that IP address. I'm just trying to get the document from my index. And we can see here the first document which we have put is Sai and the title is leader. And the second document, if you try to retrieve the document 2, you can retrieve the document 2 here. And the document 2 is named John and the title is leader. So we have successfully gone and seen that how to create an index and how to insert a JSON document. And we also seen how to retrieve the documents from this particular index. That's it for today.